When foreign companies consider operating in Denmark, they often begin with a simple question: what distinguishes this market, and how can we translate its characteristics into sustainable business success? The starting point is understanding Denmark's context. It is a relatively small country by population, but highly affluent, digitally advanced, and strategically positioned as a gateway to the Nordic region and the broader EU. It offers political stability, a transparent regulatory environment, and a workforce that ranks among the most skilled and English proficient in the world. Successful foreign companies recognize that Denmark is not just another European market. It is an ecosystem built on trust, collaboration, and long-term thinking. And each of these elements shapes how organizations must operate. The most effective entrants begin with a clear strategic thesis. Why Denmark, and for what role in the broader portfolio? For some, Denmark is a testbed for innovation, taking advantage of its advanced digital infrastructure, public sector openness to pilots, and citizens who are early adopters of new technologies. For others, Denmark serves as a Nordic or even pan-European hub, leveraging world-class logistics, easy access to neighboring markets, and a highly efficient business environment. In either case, top-performing foreign companies do not treat Denmark as a passive sales market. They build a deliberate, locally informed play that connects to their global strategy. A critical early decision is the operating model. Many foreign firms start with a lean commercial presence, such as a sales office or a small subsidiary, testing product-market fit while limiting fixed costs. Over time, those that succeed tend to shift towards deeper localization, establishing a Danish legal entity, building local leadership teams, and embedding functions such as marketing, customer success, and sometimes R&D. This shift is about more than scale. It signals commitment to Denmark, which matters in a business culture where long-term relationships and credibility carry significant weight. In terms of people and culture, Denmark's labor market is both flexible and demanding. The flexicurity model allows companies to adjust their workforce relatively easily, but expectations for work-life balance, flat hierarchies, and empowerment are high. Foreign companies that thrive in Denmark understand and embrace these norms rather than fighting them. They recruit local talent not merely as executors, but as co-architects of the business. Decision-making is typically consensus-driven and data-informed, with a premium placed on transparency and inclusion. Leaders are expected to be approachable, fact-based, and respectful of autonomy. Organizations that impose rigid top-down structures or disregard employee input often struggle to attract and retain high-caliber Danish professionals, undermining their competitive edge. Successfully operating in Denmark also requires thoughtful attention to stakeholder management. Customers, regulators, municipalities, unions, and industry associations each play visible roles. Foreign companies benefit from early engagement with these stakeholders, positioning themselves as constructive long-term partners. For example, many successful entrants connect with Danish business networks, chambers of commerce, and sector-specific clusters to understand local expectations, build credibility, and identify collaboration opportunities. In highly regulated sectors such as healthcare, energy, and financial services, proactive dialogue with authorities and alignment with national priorities, such as sustainability, digitalization, and social responsibility, are often prerequisites for meaningful scale. Commercial execution in Denmark is shaped by a market that is both sophisticated and relatively small. Customers are discerning, digitally savvy, and generally value quality, reliability, and sustainability over short-term discounts. Foreign companies that win here tend to differentiate on value rather than price. They adapt their offerings to local standards, integrate sustainability as a core part of their value proposition, and provide transparent, high-quality service. Many successful firms use Denmark's ambition in green transition and digital innovation as a platform. For instance, aligning with national climate targets, participating in pilot projects with Danish partners, or co-creating solutions tailored to the public sector. In B2B contexts, relationships are built over time through consistent delivery and technical excellence, with decision processes that can be rigorous, but, once successful, highly loyal. On the operational side, Denmark offers considerable advantages, but foreign companies must understand how to leverage them. The tax and regulatory environment is clear and predictable, though perceived as high cost if viewed only through headline tax rates or salary levels. Leading companies adopt a more holistic cost-benefit view. They factor in productivity, low corruption, reliable infrastructure, and reduced administrative friction. The ease of setting up an entity, the efficiency of public digital services, and the quality of logistics create a platform where lean, technologically enabled operations can perform very well. Those that invest in automation, data, and process excellence often find that higher nominal costs are offset by fewer disruptions, lower error rates, and faster time to market. Integration with local innovation ecosystems is another distinguishing feature of successful foreign operators in Denmark. This is a country with strong universities, advanced research environments, and public-private partnerships across sectors like life sciences, renewables, and digital health. Foreign companies that position themselves as active participants in this ecosystem through research collaborations, joint ventures, or pilot programs gain early access to emerging technologies, talent, and policy insights. For example, partnering with a Danish hospital cluster on a digital health pilot, or working with an energy cluster on offshore wind innovations, does more than create a reference case. It embeds the company into the fabric of the market, strengthens its reputation, and can inform product development for other geographies. From a risk and compliance perspective, Denmark is straightforward but not lax. Data protection, environmental standards, and workplace rules are enforced, and public scrutiny, especially around sustainability and ethics, can be intense. Foreign companies that take a minimum compliance approach may find themselves at odds with societal expectations, even if they are within the letter of the law. Those that succeed typically move toward best practice standards, robust ESG reporting, clear commitments to climate goals, responsible supply chain management, and transparent communication. In practice, this can become a competitive advantage, as Danish customers and partners often prefer companies whose practices reflect local values. Finally, there is the question of long-term performance. Foreign companies that stay and grow in Denmark share a few common traits. They have a clear strategic rationale for being in the market and regularly revisit that rationale as their global portfolio evolves. They empower strong local leadership but ensure tight linkage to global capabilities, standards, and innovation pipelines. They invest continuously in talent, culture, and stakeholder relationships, viewing Denmark not as a satellite, but as an integral part of their network. And they treat the Danish market as a learning ground. Insights from operating in a demanding, high-standard environment are fed back into global operations, improving products, processes, and ways of working elsewhere. For foreign executives considering or expanding their presence in Denmark, the imperative is clear. Align your operating model with the country's strengths, respect, and leverage its culture, and commit to being a long-term, responsible partner. When these elements come together, Denmark can deliver not only strong local performance, but also a strategic platform that enhances competitiveness far beyond its borders.